Good morning guys, it's May the 19th, I'm Henry Green from London Trading Group, and let's run through what we're going to find hopefully happening in the markets for today. So starting with the euro, I think this one is through now and I think it just continues on. I'm going to be looking for any sort of pullbacks to be looking into get into this short. So obviously we had FOMC minutes last night, the dollar strengthened small, we had cable come off from a 20 high back down to 70, so nothing too serious from the FOMC minutes. I haven't actually been through them yet, but we'll be doing this morning. Euro for me looks like it's broken through 112.20 now and we've closed below that, so 111.60 now is my next target, and I think that does get hit. It's just about getting in at a good price with a good risk to reward, but I think that that's the bottom side open now, and you do go back down to test 111.60. I think that's quite a straightforward move in euro dollar, so everything for me is pointing to that go lower, and you're just looking for a pullback. So again, these moving averages you can see here, so the 21, I've got the 25 and also the 50. If you get a pullback in 20s anywhere around there, 112.50 zone, and then up towards 112.75, I think a sell up there is a really good idea. I'm not looking to buy the euro at all down here. I'm just only looking for the sell side. Cable, I think, is a break. So we had this breakout yesterday. For you guys who were there and watching trading, cable was very, very volatile. We went smashed up straight through the highs and we just continued to go. So we have now broken through. This is my big trend line broken now in cable, and as a consequence I do think that we have another push higher. You've got to be looking for buys off yesterday's bar, so potentially we do pull back to 38, 145.48 zone, and down probably in towards 145.30. I think 145.30 between 20 and 40 for me is a really good zone to be long of cable. What we were talking about this morning is just the fact that last time this happened we had an indecision bar, so just be wary that what we could do is we could get a spike lower, spike higher. So be looking to take your profits potentially somewhere around 147. I think it's probably a good target. I do like this to run up to, I've got a first target up at 148, but through there you're then looking up to 150. So we could run all the way up there, and fingers crossed we do, because I think a buy in cable will be a really nice one up to 150 should this momentum continue. At the moment it doesn't look like it wants to slow down at all. This isn't a real rejection for me. This is just a slow pullback, so the buying pressure is still propping this market up, and I do think it continues to go higher. Dollar yen, again, this one looks like it's through the highs as well, so you broke it through the trend line, so I'm going to look for a pullback in dollar yen. So if we just flip to this one, let's have a look. So all I had here was these slow stochastics marked out, but this is now broken, so now we're off and away for me in dollar yen. So have we hit a D? Yeah, so I actually expect this to overshoot, so this could be quite a good buy today. Yes, that's the official D, but what you do expect on a break is that it overshoots. So what you could see today is a small pullback, and then we go higher. So if I just put these fibs in to what we potentially think that the what the official AB is. So your AB, what's the deepest one there? So a pullback leads you back to the breakout zone. So if we manage to get back to 109.50, then I think that's a great buy. Otherwise, I would expect this to kind of overshoot. And I think up towards 111 is a really good target. 111.30 is my actual target. And if we manage to get through there up to 111.50, so I'm looking for a buy in dollar yen. I'm not going to look to sell it down to 110.50, but I will be looking for buys in good zones. So again, which moving average has held? Well, this one has held reasonably well, as you can see, once, twice, 3 times. So maybe you get that pullback that leads you back down to sort of 109.40. By the time this pulls back, it might be around 109.50. So I'm going to be looking for that. The moving average here is the 83. So have a look at that one. If it pulls back into that, then I'll potentially be looking for a buy down there, but certainly dollar yen looks like a breakout, so that instantly should say pound yen as a buy, so that's pretty interesting. Dollar CAD, again, this is a breakout for me as well, so all of these markets just are hopefully starting to move nicely. Dollar CAD hopefully is a breakout. Again, it's just pushing up, and what I really do like about this one is it's hit the D, and even this morning we are still continuing, so this is often a really good sign that leading into the dead session this wants to pull back. So 131.10, I've got a level at 131.40, so there's not really anything for me to get into this on the short side in terms of a fade, and the market is strong, but I have got a bit of a level of support up at 131. That was the D hit, so now we do overshoot, and therefore I'm looking for that pullback to be long again. So just like all the others, I'm looking to be long of this. 130.60 is a key level, so if we close above there on the hour, maybe you pull back into that and then go higher. So if we just get rid of some of these fibs, because you don't need them all now, some of them avoid. Just get rid of a few. Just turn the indicator off. Get rid of that one, and then that was the current AB. You see, so we are just equivalently, so the sub fib, we're just hitting a D up at 131 as well. So this is probably going to pull back, to be fair. Let's have a look. Yeah, that makes sense. So in between the 118 and the 127, that could be a great fade zone. So maybe 131 as an initial sell this morning in dollar CAD. That run up I like because often it's overextended. So let's have a look at something else. Dollar CAD. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to check something else in dollar CAD. Yeah, okay, great. So we're getting up towards R1 as well. I don't really use the pivots, but seeing as they all come in around approximately the same place, I think 130.90 is probably quite a good zone to be looking for the short side in dollar CAD at. So I'm just going to probably look for that as well. Aussie looks like a break to me now as well. We're down at a good level though, so 72 for me is a really good level, and we are there now. So I'm going to be looking for that to bounce somewhere. I do think Aussies are short, and it probably will continue on through. We didn't pull back in this one really, so I'd have to say that this was a breakout. But officially, this is the D hit down here, so we have to assume that this is going to either run onto its 127. Yeah, wow, look at that, perfect. 71.60, which is my daily level, is the 127 on the hour. So I'm going to be looking for any sort of rejection around there for a buy. I think that's a really good zone. And then we look to complete this continuation equivalently in Aussie. And if we bounce, then I think then the reversal's big in Aussie. But I think down to 71.60, I think that's an easy sell and also an easy buy potentially if we see any sort of rejection down there at 71.65. Well, 60 area is my zone. Kiwi, let's have a look at that one. Okay, the Kiwi has broken down as well. This could be we're looking for that double top that we've been talking about. So if you just stayed short since the double top, that's going to give us a target, I think, of 65.90, I remember saying. So let's have a look whether that's there. Yeah, around 66, so 65.90. So if we just bring up this Kiwi, see what's going to happen in this one. Yeah, we have broken through, and I think the first target in this has got to be 66.90. We potentially bounce there and then go higher. So I think that could bounce. There's no big trend line that's broken, so you don't have to expect that that's a breakout, and therefore an overextension. Just get rid of that trend line now because that's out. So yeah, I think that's a good one. This has just been a retest, and we could now have that. We've got probably a double top on the hour as well. So look at that. Where does that lead us to the breakout? Yeah, 65.90. So everything's pointing towards 65.90. It's probably going to get there. It's just how it gets there. So I think if you break through here, 66.90 is your first target. Expect to bounce, and then 65.90 I think is a really, really valid final target in Kiwi. Okay, guys, it looks like we've got a bit of Aussie and Kiwi weakness early morning. Just to run down, same as dollar CAD. So you probably got commodity weakness this morning before a potential bounce. But I think cable looks the strongest. Certainly looking for a pullback and then buying cable. Euro looks like it wants to continue down, so there should be quite a mix and match to be looking to trade today. Hopefully the market continues on its merry path. I'll be back tomorrow with another market update, and thank you very much for listening. Click subscribe to never miss a video again, and feel free to leave any comments in the box below. Thanks very much and happy trading.